Hello, this is my co-host today, Shrek. How's everybody doing this fine Wednesday? I got choked right before I come on the air. Mm. How you doing, brother Joe? Uh, okay, this is Shrek. Shrek, this is my clan. But we're gonna move you out of the way. I added all my rocks that I wanted to do in this section. Um, we're gonna get rain today, all day. That's what that notification was. Um, what I done is I don't have black Indian ink, and it sucks. Um, and I didn't want to use, black paint or anything like that. To mix up. So what I done is I took this right here. It is the iron oxide pigment. Okay, and all paints have pigment. What I done is I mixed it up with some rubbing alcohol, and I made a wash. And I tested it before, like I do everything, so I can fix my screw ups. That's what it looks like with a wash in this area. I didn't do none down here because I figured I'd do that today with you guys. But it didn't turn out too bad as far as being a pigment wash, instead of like an Indian ink or anything like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on this section right here. Now the other two colors that I will be using is burnt umber, which I did make a wash out of it, and raw sienna. I did make a wash out of that. They're sitting over here to the right of me. But for right now, like I said, this ledge right here will be for trees, bushes. If you've ever been through West Virginia, you see cuts so far up. Well, they're actually 50 feet by 20 feet. And then they go up another 50 feet, go back 20 feet. This is nowhere close to accurate. But last week, Heath asked me what the scale size of this was. This is an HO gauge ruler, which is 90 feet. Right there's 90. So you've got another 25 feet on top of it. Hey, New Farrell, thanks, brother, stopping in. So roughly about 120, 115 foot cliff. Which in West Virginia they raise. The highest part in West Virginia is actually right behind us, which is 21,000 feet above sea level. Yeah, it's a good mountain to climb in a car. And it does horseshoe back and forth and back and forth. But this is all I've been doing. Hey, John. Well, New Farrell, I never knew your name. Now I do. Hello, Bill. I watched your videos, and it's a blonde thing, sorry. Or should I say an old man thing? Now what I plan on doing is putting on a coat of this, and while it's drying, I can work up into the area that I already done. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. I do want to send my prayers and thoughts to the people down in Texas and Louisiana and Missouri. I've got a couple friends that are storm chasers down that way, and there's no way in heaven that I would ever think about doing that. That's crazy, man. But it's what they get into. They're thrill seekers. And they get into it. But as you can see, all I'm doing is dipping and wiping. Where it goes, it goes. And then I'll go back and hit it again to bring out the dark colors. This section I'm doing here is hand carved. I did all this listening to some light jazz the other night. Just one of them moods, you know, get into country or rock or jazz, no opera. That will never happen. But I put my earbuds in and went to town. I don't know how close those come to Jack as far as the tornadoes and everything, but I was worried about him. How you doing, Lee? But this is just 91% rubbing alcohol with that oxide pigment mixed together, and just going over it. Ooh, don't spill it, dummy. And you're going to loosen up all your track. Thank God rubbing alcohol dissipates fast. But then the areas that I want really lighted, highlighted, I'll go back and I'll hit them again, make them a little bit darker. And then just go to town. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try it. I thought I had music playing in the background, but I guess it ain't working for me. Hello, Roy. Amen on that, brother. Oh, are you home or on the road? And I hope you weren't in that area of Texas, Louisiana, and Missouri during that. And from what I understand, it's supposed to come up the East Coast, and we're just going to get the rain. No heavy storms or anything like that. Just the rain, which I'm glad. Now all these little spots like here and here, here, they'll have dirt on them. Up here, they'll have dirt on them. That way, that's the way it is in the hills. Every little cut, every little slide, unless it's been freshly cut, has dirt on them. Now, be it the erosion from up here, at the very top, working its way down. But I thought I had it right. Yeah, there they are. That way, if I spill it again, it ain't gonna tear up my track. But this is what I did the other night. Well, actually, I did this last night. This section here and up on top. That way, I knew it was going to take and highlight all the carvings. Which it does a pretty decent job. But my co-host Shrek there, he says it looks pretty decent. It is natural iron oxide. The pigment, as far as and all I did was mix maybe, I think it was like about a quarter of one of these into a half container of 91. Because like I said, you can't find Indian ink around here. And the tattoo parlors don't want to give it up because that's one thing they definitely use. So when the wife and her girlfriend are going to Charleston this weekend, I'm going to have her stop in some of the craft stores and see if there's some Indian ink she can get me. Yeah, I was watching a storm chaser last night, Roy, and he come from Louisiana chasing that tornado storm. And when I looked over at the screen, it was nothing but snow, sleet, and ice. Exactly what you just said. And I'm thinking, wait a minute now. Did I fall asleep or something? Because when I was watching him, he was in a tornado storm. But you getting some wild weather in the west, in the mid. That's crazy. I do mean crazy. But this is all I've been doing. I did get more rocks put in, more castings. And That's, like I said, I want to work on this section here to exactly see how it's all going to come out. Now this little right here, that is like a, that's where a slide will be. Where the earth just kind of said, enough weight. Like I said, this next stage, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know how it's going to look. So we're going to do this together. I hope. I hope everybody's. Yep, Charleston. That's about an hour away from me. And next time you weigh this through this way, Roy, I have to give you my cell number. Give you my home phone number, and we'll meet up and have some coffee. See, I like them grains. That pops. Okay. Oops, sorry, gentlemen. I wonder where they were going to. Donut shop? No, just joking. Excuse me. Now, this next step, I'm not sure how it's going to go. What it's actually going to look like. I'm kind of nervous. I definitely don't want to screw this up. And I don't want to paint it solid because then nothing can absorb in. Okay, let's do some burnt umber. All I've done is take and mixed up probably a good healthy squirt. You going to? Oh, seriously? Hell, dude. Well, I trust everybody here. Can you write down my number, Roy, as you're driving? Yeah, definitely, dude. I'd like to meet up and meet you. Vinny says you're a character. No, just joking. I-64. Yeah, right there at the interchange. Oh, okay. Gotta love them scales. They gotta get their money too. Oh, here goes nothing, gentlemen. See, I want to add, I'm going brown. Well, this burnt umber. Then I'm going to go with the raw sienna. And then highlight everything with it like a slate gray. Wow, somebody got up there and tagged me. I don't know if y'all can see that though. Hillbilly. Oh, thank you, Lee. I mean, this is all experimental for me because I've actually never got to this point in any layout. I usually tear them down and start over. Now I'm just very lightly going over this. I'm dipping and then shaking what excess is on, and then just going over. What are you grossing out at, Roy? Yeah, follow them cracks. Now, see that pigment's still staying. I don't know how good this is showing up. Oh, dude, you're light. Now, see, now this area right through here will be a slide that come down from here and then traveled. Okay, you can bring that over to me. Hi, Jack. How you doing, brother? Hope you didn't get none of that nasty weather. But it got real intense last night watching them dudes, the storm chasers. See, some rocks are darker than others. Some are lighter than others. This will be all filled with dirt and debris and tree trunks and all that good stuff. That's what I like about that pigment. It seemed to grab. because it's still highlighting all the dark as far as when the rubbing alcohol blew away. Oh, he already has my number. Well, I'm glad you're safe. Oh, excuse me. I'm glad you're safe, Jack. Like I said, anybody that had to go through that last night, I was praying for them because I went through Hurricane Andrew, and it all changes within seconds. But I was really kind of worried about everybody out west. I guess I'm getting sentimental in my old age. But you got something to write down with? My phone number, my home phone. Far east from you, that's cool. Area code 304. Here, let me do something. That's funny. Three, oh. Now I'll take that down here in a little bit. But Roy, there's my home phone. And if you got a minute, give me an hour to get to you, and oh yeah, we'll do lunch, dinner, whenever time you come through. I'll even let you treat. No, I'm just joking. Let me know when you got it, Container. Or Roy, sorry. Ever since I mean, I ain't never done this. Like I said, I usually don't get to this part, and I tear it back down, the whole layout, and start over. But this is because this is the first time I've made it this far, or as any layout. No, I take that back. I apologize. The layout I had in the very back room, I did some landscaping on it. See, I'd be coming from Kentucky. That's what, See, north west of Charleston. Because it takes me about 45 minutes to get to Kentucky on the borderline. It takes me about 2 hours to get to Virginia. I'm right down in the smack part of the coal field, as they call it. Go over a couple spots that I want darkened. The nice thing about it, that the rubbing alcohol I put on here, it seems to not sealed the plaster. It's still letting everything absorb in, but it's giving me different layers and textures, which I'm really liking. Like I said, I wish y'all see this. I know this camera don't do it justice. Oh, I know which Flying J you're talking about. We used to hit that when we leave Akron up there in Ohio. We'd drive to Marietta, fill up, and I hear a train. How lucky are we? I don't know if y'all can hear that. We got a coal train coming out of the holler. And he last night when he went up, he has got all brand new CSX coal cars. The black and gold. None of them are tagged. Yet. Not saying I'll tag them, but there's some that come up through here that are absolutely, the artwork on them is just beautiful. Hey JD, how you doing, brother? Huh. How do I remove that? I don't want that. I'm not blocking myself. Huh. Oh well. But if anybody wants my home phone number and don't be a jerk, I know I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm talking to the people that run across my channel because I can't remember how to take that off. I don't want to put myself in timeout. Huh. All I've got is put user in timeout and block user. Huh. Well, was ever a mod that I made mod and I can't remember who all I made mods. I wonder why we can't remove it. That's crazy as all get outs. Usually you can. Oh well, I'm gonna get some prank phone calls. Oh well. Okay, now that that has dried up and tacked up a little bit. Excuse me. Uh, I am gonna try. Whew, we're all seeing. Like I said, I just put a goop in the middle of the pan and mixed it up with, this is a water wash, and so was the burnt sienna. But the natural iron oxide was a rubbing alcohol mixture. Um, like I said, about that much. One of these little plastic spoons, a quarter on it, and I want to get some yellow in here because we do have some yellow rocks. Well, they're not yellow. It's like a rust, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's a no-go. I need to go to just a little bit darker. I just don't care for that. Oh! Oh, thank you, Roy. Um, Boy, boy. Hi, baby. Did you make it back okay? God, I feel like an idiot. Bingo. Thank you, Roy. Oh, oh my God. What a blonde moment, dude. I appreciate it though. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna get that tray, that color. Oh, coffee latte. Nope. Nope. I don't want that. Oh, let's do some on. Um, I went through my paints and I dropped a nut down inside of them. Every one of my paints. That way, when you shake it, it's really getting mixed up. Okay, now that's about how much I put in it. I mean, it's not a lot. And then just add a little bit of water and go to town. Boy, what a blonde moment. Okay, let's try an experiment here. Because that's got a rust color to it. And I really don't want it everywhere. Ooh, too much. No. Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. Sometimes the wife looks in on me, asks me who I'm talking to. I just want some tan. Oh, we're going to have fun now. Let's just do some experimenting. Where's my dabber? Because sometimes when you're going through the mountains of West Virginia, you'll see a seam that runs down the side of a mountain that is that's iron ore. And it's not everywhere, but it does show up. There's one on 73 and 119 down here that is, I bet you it's 30 feet wide. Well, JD, I appreciate you stopping in. And I bet you it's 30 feet wide. Nothing but iron ore. Where Fresh Spring is just feeding it. I said, I don't want this everywhere because I Can highlight some of these little rocks though. I guess when I go over with my, like I said, a gray, that's what's nice about this. You can highlight different rocks if you want to. And then you can really let your imagination go crazy. Yeah, it took it off. I went back. Let me see if it did take it off. Yeah, it did remove it on YouTube, but not on here. But thank you, Roy, for the info. I guess it was one of them blonde moments that you get. But when I'm done with this section right here, I'll add more castings that way, and we'll start adding some dirt and stuff, logs and trees, which I don't have no trees yet, except for the 3 that I made. But I think I'm gonna get a hold of that dude from Long Shadow and see how much he'd charge me to make some specialty trees, as I call them, because they come out of the mountain. They'll come out and then up. They don't just come straight off the ledge. They lean outwards. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Now, once you get up here on a flat, up in this area, yeah, they're standing tall. But on the side of a mountain, as y'all see, they grow any way they can get sunlight. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, the snow-covered mountains are beautiful. I mean, they are. I watch this dude that lives out there in Utah. It's Matt's Off-Road Recovery. He's got a YouTube channel. He just hit 1 million subscribers. And it's wild down out there, I guess, in Utah, man. You can go from riding dune buggies in the dune to skiing in the mountains just by going 20 miles. Get some of that yellow out of there. That's a little bit too much. Oh, you idiot. That's like a couple weeks ago, and that's what's wild. A couple weeks ago, we had almost 8 inches of snow, 9 inches of snow in my front yard. And the mountain across the street from me was absolutely breathtaking. But this is going to be my routine. Yeah, I do too. Dave Patterson. He's big rig towing though. He gets some crazy wrecks. And then what's that one dude up there in Canada that does it? He also has a channel. Dang it, Highway Through Hell, I think it's called. He's they get some hairy wrecks, man. But this is what I have been working on for the last 3 weeks. But I want to share it with you all. That's why I take yeah, Highway Through Hell, that is a rocking show. But that's what we have come up with. Like I said, every place you see white will be a ledge where trees will be. It don't look too bad. I'm kind of happy with it for first time doing something like this. And believe me, I've watched a lot of videos. God, have I watched a lot of videos. And I've watched a lot of different methods, a lot of different colors, different paints, different washes, not paint. And you really got to stop and think about your area that you're modeling. Does it have a lot of oranges? Does it have a lot of grays, blacks? It all depends on the region you're in. Being here in West Virginia, when they cut through a mountain, you literally get to see every layer on how the earth was made. It's pretty wild. But being up here in a holler, everything has already been cut 50, 60, 80 years ago. And there's a lot of overgrowth that has accumulated over the years. And that's what I'm going to try to represent. I hear you. A drill rig? No doubt. Those are fun to operate. You get to dig down 6 feet, 2-inch hole, 6 feet, and then you get to put dynamite in it. But I'm going on an hour. Next week, in episode 4 of this, we will be adding the different textures that will be going on the ledges. And everything here up on top. I know it's hard to see right now because that's all white, but it rolls up into the corner and rolls down. This is like a cut right here that you go around the corner of a mountain. I plan on, okay, what's going on with my, there we go. Thing went crazy on me there for a minute. But I appreciate everybody stopping in on a Wednesday. I know everybody has things to do, and I appreciate it. If you can, stop and take a minute and wish everybody out in the Midwest their safety and everything that goes along with bad weather. But I'm going to cut it. From my house to your house, may the good Lord be with you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much for all stopping in.